Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the Kiddush Shulchan Aruch in the laws of Kiddush. Hamekadesh yishte min hakos. The one who makes Kiddush, who's leading the Kiddush at the meal, he needs to drink from the cup, at least a cheekful of wine without any interruption. Now, what exactly does this mean? It means the following. The Mishnah Berurah and others write that the average person is able to drink in a cheekful what we would call a revius of wine, which comes out to be between 2.9 and 5.1 fluid ounces of wine or grape juice, whatever he's making Kiddush on. So at least a person who's making the Kiddush has to drink that much wine when he makes Kiddush, 2.9 to 5.1 ounces, and he needs to drink it without interruption. Without interruption means that he needs to drink that much of the wine in less than 3 minutes. Now, it's not such a hard thing for a person to fulfill, and in reality, most are accustomed to making Kiddush and then drinking really within 30 seconds, probably to a minute, they drink their cheekful of wine. U'mitzvah she'itamu kulam, and there's a mitzvah that anyone else that is sitting at the table and they are listening to your Kiddush, it's a mitzvah for them to taste some of the wine as well. And that, of course, is the custom. When you make Kiddush, what do you usually do? You pour out some of the wine either into another glass, and from that other glass, you pour out a little bit of wine or grape juice to everyone that is sitting at the table. Everyone should drink from the cup, mikay shel bracha, from the cup in which the blessing of wine was recited on. Mi she'ein lo shoyse yain. However, someone who doesn't drink wine, machmas gada, because he took a vow that he's not going to drink wine, or maybe wine is harmful to him. For example, someone is an alcoholic and they went through AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and we know the rules are he's no longer allowed to drink wine. So he can't drink wine by Kiddush. He could drink grape juice, I would imagine. However, what about a person who is a diabetic and they're not allowed even to drink wine because there's too much sugar there? So they can't have wine and they can't drink grape juice. So what are they supposed to drink then? So if that person cannot drink wine or cannot drink grape juice, so how do they make Kiddush? Says the Kiddush Shulchan Aruch, Eina l'kadosh ala yayin al smach sheishto ha-mesubin. Don't make Kiddush on wine relying upon the fact that everybody else that's sitting at the table is going to end up drinking the wine instead for you. Rather, what should you do? As we said before, either make Kiddush on a loaf of bread or have somebody else at the table who is able to drink wine or grape juice, let them make Kiddush instead of you. Further, yain shel Kiddush, the wine that a person makes a Kiddush on, since it's considered a necessary part of the meal, you need to make Kiddush in order to get to the meal itself. It doesn't require a blessing afterwards. The birchas hamazayin because the blessing that you make, the grace after meals, it will exempt the wine that you drank from the beginning of the meal. And that's an important halacha for a person to keep in mind. The Mishnah Berurah actually writes that when you are making birchas hamazayin, you should have in mind that it's also exempting the wine that you drank at the beginning of the meal, and in that way you cover all of your bases. And last but not least, if you end up drinking wine in the middle of the meal, since you already made Kiddush, you don't need to make a new bracha. You fulfilled your obligation at the time of Kiddush by making Boi Pri Hagafen at that time. Those are the halachas today. Many more interesting halachas of Kiddush to follow. Have a wonderful day.